What up, YouTube? It's Overlord again. Here to make an announcement that I got some new drum kits coming out. Smoking, the dude be on his A game. What can I say? It's going to be Digger's Drums, Volume 1, and Digger's Crates, Volume 1. Now, everybody don't have the luxury of sampling. Everybody don't have the luxury of getting the right music or whatever the case may be, blase blase. Maybe you just want to do it for practice or whatever. You do have your diehards. I get my own drums. Cool. And you also have the diehards. I get my own samples. Cool. Then you got those who don't have access to all that stuff. And that's where I come in. Digger's Crates Volume 1 will be about 14 loops that I've created from various different, things and songs and stuff like that for you to make hot beats out of, or just to practice on your sample game, however you want to do it. I'm not going to be responsible for sample clearances, but if it's very, very important that you know what those samples are, hey, maybe we can go through that. I say no. I think you should just go raw at it, Anyway, also, Digger's Drums. Anybody out there that think they got enough drums, right? And think that they can, I don't need no more drums. You're crazy. Drums are so unique in how you can switch them up, how you can make them sound, frequency, all that, how you layer them, and all these things, and how they complement your sound, and how they complement your music. Very, very important. They're also kind of what makes you you, so to speak, or kind of makes what makes a project, because the drums is the foundation. So depending on what you're making, the drums gotta match, So I got a lot of people say, well, I only sample from records. I only sample my drums from records. Fine. Me, this whole purpose is for you to think outside the box, do things a little differently. I get drums from everywhere. I buy drums, I sample from records, I sample from machines, or I take drums from machines. I get drum sound kits offline. Hey, I do it all. Because I need to make sure my drum game is tight. Now, in doing so, I make my own drums as well. So therefore, I layer drums. I use unique techniques that I think are unique anyway to make them fit what I want to do and to make them sound a little different or stand out. I've been complimented quite a bit on my drums, and that's something I'm kind of proud of. No, that's something I'm really proud of. I like to make them and I like to make them fit the music. So that's so important. Tune your drums to fit the sample and stuff like that. Vinyl drums aren't always the answer for samples. You can take factory drums, or you can take other drums and layer them and make them sound gritty and make them fit the record perfectly. Sometimes you want that sound that's going to complement the record. And live drums, nothing's better than that, because basically what you're doing when you sample drums, you're getting a live drum from a session. The unique thing about sampling drums from records is that when a person went into the studio, based on the room, based on the acoustics of that room and all those things, that determine how that music sounds, especially through with guitars and other instrumentation, horns and things of that nature. Based on the room, based on the studio that it was recorded in, all those things can affect the sound and the vibe of that music. What we strive for now is we taking a step back. And what I mean by that is, I'll say paying homage to how things used to be. A lot of people like the gritty drums. They like the SP12. They like the MPC 60, MPC 62, because the drums are so punchy. They're punchy because the bit rate was low. Back then, technology wasn't, then 16-bit came out. Everybody was like, whoa, this sounds clear. We was always on a quest to make our music sound more richer and clearer then. Now, die-hard hip-hoppers are always on a quest to make their drum sound crunchy and dirty. So it's funny how that goes and how that works. But it's a lot of different techniques that you can use to accomplish these sounds. And I like to think, from making beats and doing this stuff for like 20 plus years, I like to think that I'm a master of it. I like to think that also it's so many things that affect how something sounds just by doing it a certain way. It's amazing. So no two drums are created equal. So, could you ever have enough drums? No! There's no way in the world, in my opinion. As a hip-hop producer, as a person that's always trying to evolve and always trying to take their music to another level, always trying to get their things right, there's no such thing as too many drums. Now, is there such thing as whack drums? I'm going on the record and say no. A lot of people say use these rack drums, use the factory drums. The only reason the drum can sound whack is because it's been oversaturated, overused. Everybody's using the same drums. Then yeah, it can start to sound whack. But if you utilize, drums are like seasoning to me. And samples are like seasoning. If you add it to the right thing, it's gonna add that touch or something. You can give me some old crazy tin snare or some crazy sounding kick drum, and if I can layer that drum with something else, and it just gives it that nuance that it needs to make the music pop. I don't think there's such thing as whack sounds. It's all on how you use it and how it's placed, you know. So it's all a part of. It's just like a painting. There's no whack colors. If it's used in the right way, it all accomplishes something. So that being said, Diggers Drums Volume 1 is coming out. Diggers Crates Volume 1 is coming out. The drums are phenomenal. The samples are phenomenal. They're not just straight loops from music. I even pitched them, tuned them, EQ'd them certain ways to give it that gritty sound. All you need is a vinyl sample, which I may add to that kit as well. Some vinyl samples, the little cracklies, and won't nobody know the difference. But they are coming from stuff, and some of these sounds and some of these samples will have crackles in it because, you know, they come from vinyl. Some come from vinyl, some don't. And hey, I will also fool you too, because I can get some original. I'm working on doing some original composition that sounds real sample based, where it still gives you that vibe and gives you that sound. But guess what, people? You don't have to clear those samples. So I'm not sure how deep you are into projects, or if you're just doing this, or you're doing out free mixtapes and things of that nature, then it doesn't matter about sample clearances. Now, if you're somebody that's in a serious project and sample clearances is important, or having something sample free, or something that you don't have to worry about clearing, and you really need something like that from me, reach out to me. I can get it done. I got my production team is on point. We the Rebel Group, we be getting it in. So reach out to me, I can make it happen. But for those of my diggers who be like digging through samples and stuff like that, and those newcomers who trying to get into sampling and get into stuff, and you just don't have access to record stores and stuff like that, you know, hey, this is for you. It's going to pop. So thank you for watching. This is a precursor to me doing the beta test. In a little while, I got to get something to eat. Those Miss Meal cramps is hitting me pretty strong. But I'm go ahead and do a beta test, so therefore you'll get a snippet on the next video of the Diggers samples and the Diggers drums. I'm actually going to make a beat using those things, so you can see that, hey, it's quality stuff. And if you like it, hey, you know the deal. Push like. If you don't like it, push like. What else? I think that's it. Oh, comment. I take all comments, negative and positive. I've been getting so much positive feedback, it's great, you know, and I'm happy for it. I have no problem with nobody, you know, who have you know, who wanna how can I put it, dissect or place their opinion on how I do what I do, how I speak. I mean, I'm in sales. I do pretty good. I like to think so, and so therefore my speech is pretty good. When I'm home, I like to relax and just talk freely, use slang and things of that nature. So therefore, when I'm on these videos, I want y'all to see the real me. I want y'all to see me in my comfort zone. I want you to see me acting like the super duper professional dude, when this is music. This is a passion. It comes from the soul. So you should be you. So therefore, hopefully, for all the positive feedback, thank you, thank you, thank you. That means all y'all who like what I'm doing and has accepted me for me. For those who don't like how I talk, or don't like how I do things, don't like how I look and stuff like that, stop coming back. I mean, well, I don't know what else to say. I can only be me. That's all I can do, and be the best me I can be. So, I mean, but if you still feel the need to exercise that energy and leave crazy comments, by all means, exercise your rights. It's the American way, right? Funny. I just ask that you don't get too crazy, and I don't want nobody. I don't want a whole bunch of arguments on my page, so I might start deleting posts if I get people back arguing and bickering back and forth. But hey, opinions are great, and opinions are needed. All it does is make me stronger Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna do the next video is actually gonna be the beta test of me going through the Diggers drums and the Diggers drums and the Diggers crates, so y'all can see. This stuff will be priced crazy low, especially from the time that I put into it to make it pop. You know, very fair price. I'm gonna send y'all a link to my webpage where you can go and you can purchase them. It's under $10, and then for what you get for under $10, it's just, when I see crazy sales like that, I just jump on them. Even because eventually I'll get to these things and I use them, and you know, and that's how it is. Somebody also asked me about layering drums and my technique on layering drums and things of that nature. I'm also going to do a video on that, on how to, you know, layer drums and things like, at least my technique on how I layer drums and how I, you know, create certain sampled sounds and stuff like that. So maybe to give you an idea on how to make your music better. Anyway, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'll be back in a little bit. We're going to get it in. Peace.